SimplePay keeps your payroll compliant by ensuring that all statutory deductions and contributions are automatically calculated each time you process a payslip. In this video, we will be discussing various statutory deductions and contributions and how SimplePay automatically calculates them and adds them to payslips. The calculation of these statutory deductions and contributions is based largely on the information you provide on an employee's basic info page. You can find this page by going to Employees, selecting the relevant employee, clicking on Edit Info, and then clicking on Basic Info. In this video, we will focus on the different basic info fields that SimplePay uses to determine an employee's statutory deductions and contributions. All you need to do is complete these fields. SimplePay will automatically determine which deductions and contributions are required, calculate the amounts, and add them to the employee's payslip. The date of birth and legal status fields are important in determining the CPF contributions for employees. Date of birth determines an employee's age, which will be used to place the employee into a certain age group. The CPF contribution rates are different for the various age groups. The legal status or citizenship status will have an impact on whether CPF is payable and on what the CPF contribution rates are. If your employee is a foreigner, there will be no CPF contributions for them. Instead, you'll have to pay a foreign worker levy or FWL for them. FWL will be covered in the advanced course, but more information is available on our FWL help page. The CPF exempt checkbox can be ticked for any employees who meet the qualifying criteria for CPF exemption. The last part of ensuring that CPF contributions are calculated correctly is checking that the amount of monthly wages is correct for each employee. This can be done by going to an employee's payroll tab and confirming the accuracy of income amounts. CPF contributions are calculated as a percentage of employees' monthly wages that attract CPF. Some examples of wages for the purposes of calculating CPF contributions are basic wage, overtime pay, bonus, transport allowance, and commission. An example of what is not regarded as wages for the purposes of calculating CPF contributions is a reimbursement of expenses incurred for official purposes. On the CPF Board's website, there is a comprehensive list of what is and isn't subject to CPF. CPF contributions are computed on total wages payable to an employee in a calendar month, with different ceilings applied to ordinary wages and additional wages. In line with the CPF Board's definition of wages, SimplePay automatically classifies its built-in items as ordinary wages or additional wages. SimplePay calculates and applies the ordinary wage and additional wage ceilings for you. By default, SimplePay calculates your employee's additional wage ceiling by estimating the total ordinary wages your employee will earn throughout the year. However, you have the option to change the method used to calculate the total ordinary wages in the additional wage ceiling by going to Settings, clicking on Payroll Calculations, and then clicking on CPF Central Provident Fund. This will be discussed in more detail in a later video. Back on the basic info page, the legal status or citizenship status and the race and religion fields are used to determine whether contributions should be made to the CDAC fund, the MBMF, the Sender Fund, and the ECF. These funds are referred to collectively as self-help group funds. If, for example, an employee's legal status is permanent resident and the employee's race is Chinese, then a contribution to the CDAC fund will automatically be added to your employee's payslip. However, once we change the legal status to, for example, foreigner work permit, a contribution to the CDAC fund is no longer applicable. Another example, if an employee's religion is set as Muslim, then a contribution to the MBMF will automatically be calculated and added to the payslip. However, these self-help group fund contributions can be overridden under regular inputs by clicking on Self-Help Group Funds and ticking the box of the item you want to override. The last field related to statutory deductions and contributions is the SDL exempt checkbox. SimplePay calculates the Skills Development Levy, or SDL, automatically and adds it to payslips. But you can tick this box for employees who are exempt from SDL, such as domestic workers, gardeners, and chauffeurs. SDL is payable by employers for all of their employees who are not specifically exempt from SDL and who render services in Singapore. These employees include foreign employees, as well as employees employed on a casual, part-time, or temporary basis. More information about how SDL is calculated is available on our SDL help page.